Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. My name is Veronica. Today we're going to be doing a gentle sculpt and stretch class, and I'm going to be using a couple of blocks and I have a blanket. So whenever you are ready, just go ahead and meet me on the mat and we'll begin on our backs, right? Just lying down. And once you get to where you're going, I want you to go ahead and just close your eyes for a moment. Your legs can be in any position that feels comfortable for you. You can have your feet on the ground. You can have the soles of the feet together, knees together, legs stretched out, whatever works for you. And just bringing yourself here into this present moment. Just nice, easy breathing in and out of the nose. And just letting go of anything that's happened before you've come to your practice today. Taking a nice deep inhale and a long exhale. Good, just two more like that. Deep breath, really filling up and expanding. And then on a long exhale, drawing that belly button back towards the spine, letting go of all the air. And then begin the next breath, deep breath in. And let it go. Good. Gently opening up the eyes, letting some light in. And just begin by stretching the arms and the legs out nice and long. So reaching through the toes, reaching through the fingers, and then maybe moving from side to side, just feeling a nice easy side stretch here. When you're ready, go ahead and draw those knees up into the chest and just in gentle rock from side to side, just loosening up that low back. Go ahead and plant the feet down to the ground. Draw the heels a little bit closer towards you. You're going to press the low back down into the ground and then just gently lift the hips up. Any amount is fine. And then slowly lower it all the way back down. So we'll do that a few more times. So just gently lifting up and lower down. Good. Two more like that. Good. Last one. And lower. Good. So grab onto a block. We're going to place it between the thighs. And I want you to go ahead and once again make sure the heels are drawn in a little bit closer towards you. Press the low back down into the ground. Squeeze into the block and then lift those hips up. Now place the backs of the arms down to the ground and fingers up towards the sky. And then gently rock the shoulder blades underneath you. Good. So you're pressing down into the backs of the arms and then just gently lower. You don't have to go all the way to the ground, and then gently lift up. The whole time I want you to make sure that you have pressure on that block. So you're really activating those inner thighs. Good. So you're gently lifting up. Again, it's any amount. You don't have to go up super high here, just as long as you have some good pressure on that block here. Good. And so you should start to feel that in those inner thighs. And you're just pressing down into the backs of the arms. Keep the neck nice and long so the chin is not up towards the sky. Gently pull it back. Good. Two like this. Good. Last one. Stay lifted. Now, I want you to go ahead and just begin to lift the heels and then lower. So the hips are going to stay lifted, and you're just going to go ahead and lift and lower the heels. All right, so getting those calf muscles here. And again, you're still pressing down into the backs of those arms to give you some nice support here. Good, just lift and lower. Good, going at your own pace. Good, 5 like this. Good, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, hold it here. Now we're just going to tiny pulse, lifting the hips up an inch, down an inch. So again, not a very big movement here. Just lifting and lowering at whatever height you're at. Put some pressure on that block. Don't let it go. Good. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze that block, lower those heels, begin to flatten those shoulders down, release the hands down to the ground, and then roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. And then go ahead and gently remove that block, just place it off to the side. I want you to go ahead and separate those feet so that they are mat distance, and you're going to go ahead and just gently drop them from side to side. Certainly you can hang out on one side if it feels good, right? So just doing whatever works here, just releasing that low back. Good, and when you're done, just come back to center, and we're gonna go ahead and send those legs up to the sky. So you can have a soft bend in the knees here, and we're just gonna go ahead and just make some moves with the feet and the ankles, right? So maybe you're pointing and flexing, maybe you're rotating the ankles in one direction and then the other, and just kind of moving them around here. Good. When you're done, go ahead and come back to center. I want you to go ahead and straighten out those legs and really flex through the feet so the toes are coming down towards you, right? So feeling some length in the back of the legs here. Go ahead and bring the hands behind the head. Elbows are out nice and wide. And we're going to begin to just lift that torso up and then lower down, right? So just easy lift and lower, right? So you're not tugging on the neck here, right? You're letting the core do the work. You're just supporting the head. Your elbows are out nice and wide, and you're breathing here. Certainly, if it serves you better, you can always take a soft bend in the knees. But if you can keep them straight, pushing through the heels, that's what I want you to do. Good. And so 2 like this. Good. Last one. Hold it up. Now take that right arm and I want you to reach it up to the outside of that left foot. And you're just going to lift and pulse it here, right? So you're just lifting, seeing if you can get to the outside of that foot. You may not get there, right? So you're just lifting up an inch, down an inch, right? So just getting our core here. Good. And let's have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay lifted. Now lower that arm to the outside of the left thigh. I want you to point through the right toes, and you're going to go ahead and just lower that leg towards the ground. Now draw that knee into the chest and extend it out nice and long. So you're just drawing in and extend. So that left leg stays nice and long, foot flexed up towards the sky. And then those right toes are pointed, and you're just drawing that knee in and out. The whole time you're holding this twist, lifting up that torso, holding here, reaching through those fingers. Good. And so let's just have 3 more. Good. And 2. Good, and last 1. Now send that leg up to the sky, flex the foot, and we're going to just switch. So taking that left arm, you're reaching it up to the outside of those right toes, lifting up any amount, and you're just pulsing here, right? And so you may notice a difference from side to side, right? It is what it is. And just working both sides here to the best of your ability. Good. And you're breathing. Good, let's have 5. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now hold it here. Lower that arm to the outside of that right thigh. Point through the left toes. Lower the leg towards the ground, and then draw it into the chest, and then extend, right? So same thing here. We're trying to keep that right leg up towards the sky, stacked right up over the hip. The foot is nice and flexed, and the toes are coming down towards you. Good. Your left toes are pointed. You're drawing that knee up into the chest. You're trying to hold on to this twist here. Lift up a little bit more, reaching through the fingers. We're almost done here. Good. 3 more. Hold that twist. And 2. Good. And last 1. Nice. Go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. And then just gently rock the head from side to side and just releasing the neck here. And then maybe rocking the hips from side to side if it feels good. Good. Pausing at center. Let's go ahead and bring the hands behind the knees. We're going to go ahead and gently rock ourselves on up. And then once you get there, we're going to go ahead and flip over onto all 4s. I want you to make sure that the fingers are spread nice and wide. The shoulders are over the wrists and the hips are over the knees. We're going to come into our cat-cow. So on the inhale, go ahead and drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. And then exhale, slowly begin to round the spine, dropping the head last. And so flowing through this a couple of times. Inhale, opening up the heart. And exhale, really pushing that floor away, puffing up that upper back. Good. One more breath here. Opening up. Exhale and round. Good. Coming back into that neutral spine. Now I want you to begin to bring your gaze off of the right shoulder. As you do, I want you to think about bringing the right hip and the right shoulder toward one another so that you're squeezing that right side body. Good. Slowly come on back to center. And we'll do the other side. So start to bring the gaze off the left shoulder and then begin to squeeze that left hip and the left hip, left shoulder towards one another. Good. Slowly back to center. And we'll do each side one more time. So again, just squeezing that right side body. And then come back to center. And then squeezing that left side body. Don't hold your breath. And then back to center. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to lift that right knee up off the ground. And we're going to go ahead and make some circles here. All right. Doesn't matter which way you go because we will do both ways. Good. And then reverse it. Good. Once you get back to center, I want you to go ahead and flex that foot and push that foot up to the sky. Try to keep the shoulders out of the ears and then slowly lower it towards the ground. So we're just lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. So try not to have your belly drop to the ground as you lift that knee. So it's not like this, right? You want to make sure that you keep the core nice and engaged, right? Trying to keep the torso nice and still. So maybe you don't lift that knee up as high. Good. Shoulders out of the ears, the gaze just above the hands. Don't drop the chin to the chest. Now, we're going to go ahead and the next time you bring the knee down, I want you to cross it over to the left side. Then you're going to press it up to the sky, lower it back down to center. So you press up, cross it over to the left side, back up, and then lower. So lift and cross, lift and lower. Good. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Shoulders out of the ears. Just keep checking in with that. Gripping down into the fingers. Good. The next time that you cross over, we're going to just stay there, right? So you're lifting back up and just cross over, right? So you lift up and cross. Lift up and cross. Good. Again, keep the gaze just above the hands. Keep the neck nice and long. Good. 2 more. Good. And 1 more. Now I want you to straighten out that right leg. Curl the toes under and then push into that heel. Shoulders out of the ears. Good. We're going to go ahead and take that left leg and you're going to kick it out to the side so that you can roll over onto the left side. Sweep that right arm up and over. And then those fingers are going to go down towards the ground, right? Gaze up underneath the arm. 1 more breath. And then slowly begin to push yourself all the way up. We're going to plant that right hand down to the leg. Toes can be however it is comfortable for you. And then sweep the left arm up and over. Nice big side stretch here. Good. And then just slowly come on back. And then just go ahead and just shake out those wrists, right? So make some moves that feel good for you here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and lower the hands down. We're going to work on the other side. So fingers are spread nice and wide. I want you to go ahead and lift that left knee, and you're going to go ahead and just make some circles here. Again, it doesn't matter which way you've started. And then reverse it. Good. And now go ahead and flex that foot. Bring that leg up to the sky, the foot up to the sky. And then you're just going to lower and lift, right? Lower and lift. So the same thing here. Try to keep those shoulders out of the ears, right? Gazing up over the hands. I want you to make sure that you keep the core nice and engaged so you're not dropping that belly towards the ground, right? So maybe don't lift that knee up high if you can't keep that torso nice and still. Good. So you're engaging the glute here. Good. Again, check in with those shoulders. We all have that tendency to let them kind of hunch up here. Good. 2 like this. And 1. Now, the next time you lift it up, we're going to cross it over to the right and then press it back up, lower to the center. So lift up, cross, up, and center. All right, so again, go at your own pace. You're breathing. Fingers gripping down into the ground. Takes a little bit of pressure off of the wrist. Good. And lift and cross. Lift and lower. Good. All right, so the next time that we come over into the cross, that's where we're going to stay. So you press it up, cross it over, lift and cross. Lift outside of that right leg. Good. And let's have 3 more. And 2. Last 1. Good. Straighten out that leg. Curl the toes under. Push through that heel. Feel that stretch in the back of that leg. Good. When you're ready, you're going to kick that right leg out to the side so that you can come over onto that right side. Sweep that left arm up and over. Fingers go down towards the ground. Your gaze is up towards the sky. Good. And then slowly begin to rise on up. Again, your feet can be in any direction that's comfortable. Plant the hand to the left leg. Sweep that right arm up and over. Nice big stretch here. Good. And then come on back. Kind of shake out those wrists, whatever works. And then go ahead and lower it all the way back down. We're going to curl those toes. We'll lift those hips. Come on into a down dog. I want you to drop that right heel down towards the ground as you bring that left knee towards the chest. Just lifting the heel up. Good. And then go ahead and switch it. Really pushing down into that left heel. 1 more each side. Good, left side. Good, back to center, drawing the heels towards the ground, chest towards the thighs, lifting those hips up nice and high. Good, and then just go ahead and ripple into a plank pose. Shoulders out of the ears, core is engaged, thighs are engaged. And then lowering down to the knees, chest and chin, elbows are nice and close. Inhale, go ahead and come on into that low cobra, so you're gently lifting up. And then exhale, lower it all the way back down. Good. 2 more like that. Inhale, gently lifting up. Any amount is fine. Exhale, lower. And this time, inhale, lift up. We're going to see if we can hold it here and see if we can lift those hands up off the ground. Elbows are drawing in. Engage the thighs. So maybe your kneecaps come up off the ground. Good. 1 more breath here. And then exhale, slowly lower it all the way down. Push up and back and come on into a child's pose. So separate those knees, sink the hips back, stretch the arms out nice and long, dropping the forehead down to the ground. Now I want this to be an active child's pose. So if you can come up high onto the fingertips, right, walking them away from you and trying to draw the shoulders down, forehead down to the mat, breathing here. Good. And then make your way back up into your down dog. Good. All right, so coming up high onto the toes, I want you to see if you can just take some baby steps to come all the way up into a forward fold, but staying on your toes, right? So maybe you need to come up onto your fingertips. Once you get there, go ahead and drop those heels and come on into that forward fold. Good. Go ahead and just rotate those wrists. Make any moves that feel good for you. Soft knees. Get the fingers down to the ground, or of course you always have your block, so bring the floor to you. On the inhale, slowly begin to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Sweep those arms up. And on the exhale, dive forward back into that forward fold. Good. In our forward fold, I want you to take a block and place it in front of the left foot. You're going to plant the hand down on the block, take a bend in the left knee, and then start to bring the right arm up to the sky. Good. So a nice stretch here. You should feel that stretch right here, right all the way up the leg. Good. Slowly lower it all the way down. We'll do the other side. So right block, block in front of the right foot, right hand down on the block, bend the right knee, send the left arm up to the sky. Good. Slowly lower it all the way down. You can just place that block off to the side. Inhale, lift and lengthen. On the exhale, plant the hands and step that right foot back. Now, option to use your blanket underneath the right knee. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, sweep those arms up to the sky. And then exhale, draw the shoulders down. Pinkies are going to be turned in. Just take a breath here. And on the exhale, we're going to take that right hand, bring it to the outside of the left leg, and then take that left arm, and I want you to bring it to the low back. Your fingers are pointed down. So you're just coming into a twist. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to twist a little bit more. So it's a very tiny movement. So inhale, lifting the spine up, and then exhale to twist. Good. And then slowly make your way out of the twist. We'll go ahead and just lower the hands down. Now grab onto your blocks. Hopefully they're nearby. You're going to shift the hips back, bring the blocks with you. And then you're going to go ahead and straighten out that left leg and have those toes pointing up towards the sky. So we're going to just stretch out the hamstring here. So place your blocks at whatever height you need them. If you don't need them, just place them off to the side. Now, before you lower down, I want you to pull the left hip back, right hip forward, and then feel like you're dropping your chest towards the thigh as opposed to rounding over here. So just keep the gaze out at that left foot. So you should feel a really nice big stretch in the back of that left leg. And then just breathe into the tightness here. And exhale. Good. One more breath. And exhale. Good. Slowly plant that left foot down on the ground. You can place those blocks off to the side. Curl the toes, lift the back leg, step it back into your plank pose. And then lower down to the knees, uncurl the toes. And now we're just going to go ahead and take a bend in the elbows, right? But I want the elbows to stay close to the body. Now you can bend as much or as little as you can, right? And then just press it back up. So you're just lower and lift, right? Just try to keep those elbows nice and close to the body. Good. And now slowly lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Good. All right, so using your hands as a pillow, you can either have your chin or your forehead to the backs of the hands. Now, we're going to begin to just lift one leg and then the other. I don't care which one, right? So now I want you to think about pointing through the toes, right? And engaging the leg as you lift, right? So you're engaging the glute. You're also strengthening the lower back here. Now, if it's available to you, you're going to see if you can lift both at the same time and then lower down. If that is no good for you, I want you to just stay with alternating. So just lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. 2 like this, and 1. Now, I want you to lift it up. Open the legs, bring them back to center, lower down. Lift and open, center and lower. Good. Just taking your time. You're almost done here. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Using your hands to push yourself up and back. Come into a brief child's pose. So stretching those arms out nice and long, sinking those hips. Active child's pose up on the fingertips. 1 more breath. Good. And then make your way into your down dog. So you're lifting those hips up and back here. Once again, come up onto the toes. We're going to walk baby steps up to the top of the mat on your toes as much as you can. And then once you get to wherever you're going, lower those heels down and forward fold. Inhale, slowly begin to rise on up. Sweep those arms up. Exhale, let's dive forward back into that forward fold here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. On the exhale, plant the hands, step that left leg back. Again, if you're using your blanket, just slide it underneath that knee. Drop the knee down, uncurl the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, drop those shoulders down. Pinkies are turned in. Take a breath here. And exhale. Now taking that left hand to the outside of that right leg, take that right arm back behind you. You're going to bring it to the low back. Fingers are going to be pointing down. Good. You're going to bring your gaze off of that back shoulder. Inhale to lift and lengthen the spine. And then exhale just to twist a little bit more. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale. Good. Slowly make your way back to center. We're going to go ahead and grab onto those blocks. Again, any height. Straighten out that right leg. Pull those toes back towards you. They're up towards the sky. And now pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and then drop the chest towards that thigh. Good. So you're keeping your gaze towards the foot, and you're breathing into the tightness. Nice deep breathing here. Good. One more breath. Good. Slowly plant that foot. You're going to remove those blocks, and then using your hands to push yourself back into your down dog. And just taking a nice deep breath here. And exhale. Good. Slowly lower down onto the knees. And we're going to go ahead and make our way onto our backs. But before you get there, I want to give you some instruction. If you are using the blanket, we're going to have the blanket. It's going to be under our bottoms. I'm just going to show you the setup here. We're going to come into a supported fish pose. So you have one block that's going to be for your head, and the other block is going to be between the shoulder blades. And I'll just show you how I want it positioned. So you're going to have it long ways, and you're going to have that one hand, and you're going to be able to touch the top of that block while it's underneath the shoulder blades here. So just go ahead and see if you can set that up for me. Might take a few moments. Right? Just lying on back, using the block underneath the head. Check to make sure that that block is positioned so that you can touch it with the tops of your fingers. I think mine is too low. There we go. Okay. And then flip the palms up to the sky. Let the shoulders really drape over this block. Now, option for your legs. You can either bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out wide, right? You can have the knees together and the feet out wide, or you can stretch the legs out nice and long, right? So whatever works best. You can try one and be there for a couple of breaths and then switch and go to the other, right? But just ultimately finding a place that you can just close your eyes and just breathe here. And really letting those shoulders relax here. We spend a lot of our time being hunched over either at the computer or our phones or the car. So this is just a really nice heart opener, chest opener. And just breathe. Eyes are closed. Just giving yourself this time and this space here just to open up your heart. Just being really open to receive, right? Anything that's happening in your life. And so just a couple more breaths here. And so now just gently opening up the eyes, letting some light in. And I want you to just gently roll over onto the side so you can just take yourself off of all the props. And then you're going to go ahead and just place them off to the side. When you're done, you're going to go ahead and come on back. Right? And I want you to go ahead and just stretch the arms and the legs out nice and long. Nice big stretch here. When you're ready, go ahead and draw the left knee in towards the body. Good. Draw the right knee into the body. And then bring your arms out like a T, palms face down. I want you to go ahead and just drop those knees off to the right and bring your gaze to the left. We're going to try to keep our shoulders down on the ground. So if you have trouble doing that, you can always just drag the feet towards the bottom of the mat, right? Otherwise, you're just keeping them up as high as you can, right? Without that shoulder coming up. Good. Slowly bring it back to center. And we'll go ahead and drop the legs off to the left. Bring your gaze to the right. And again, if you have trouble with that shoulder coming up, just bring the feet a little bit closer towards the bottom of the mat. It is still a twist. You'll still get something out of it. Good. And then when you're done, bring those knees back to center again. And we're going to prepare for our Shavasana. So just go ahead and extend those legs out. Separate the legs. Let the toes fall where they want to. I want you to tuck the shoulders under you just a little bit. If you have your blanket nearby and you'd like to go ahead and place it on top of the belly, sometimes this is just a really nice grounded feeling here. If it doesn't work for you, just leave it off to the side. Eyes are closed, just a couple more breaths here. Just a really nice way to end your practice, bringing yourself back to this present moment, same way that we started. So now just start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Removing the blanket if you've used it, and stretch the arms and the legs out nice and long. And then drawing the knees up into the chest. And then just gently roll over onto the side of the body and just pause for a moment. And then using your hands to gently push yourself up and come into an easy seat, and then just close your eyes once you get there so that you can maintain the inward focus for another moment. And so as you go throughout the day today, I want you to just remember to be kind to yourself and to others. And so bringing the palms together with the thumbs at the third eye, just gently bow the head to seal the practice. And may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste. And I hope that you have enjoyed this gentle practice. And so if you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and then just leave me some comments so that we can connect. And I hope to see you again next time on the mat. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.